Welcome to another episode of Tea Time with Twaambo. I'm your host, Twaambo. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm really happy that you're here. Now, how many of you have been wondering if you are doing enough in your life to get the changes that you want? You've been sitting there thinking, I don't know, there's so much that's going on. I'm doing so much, but I'm not seeing any changes. I'm not seeing any traction in my life. Well, stick around. I have just the episode for you. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to have to be specific about exactly what you want. You're going to be specific about what you want in your health, what you want in your housing, what you want with your money, what you want in your love life or your family life. Now, what could this look like? For money, it could look like this. I want to have $6,000 or 6,000 euro or 6,000 kwacha saved in my account by next year, July. That's being specific. I want to make sure that me and my partner have at least one date night a week and we're communicating better. I want to make sure that I run the next marathon. I want to make sure that my house feels like an oasis and that there's no clutter. You're going to have to be specific about what you want. Sometimes we generalize about what we want. I want money in the bank and I want my house to feel cool. What kind of cool do you want? Do you want it to be the more minimalistic kind of thing? Do you want it to feel, more like island vibe? What is it specifically that you want in the different areas of your life? If you can get really specific, then it's easier for you to find out if you're trying hard enough or not. Now, the second thing that we're going to have to be aware of and we're going to have to ask ourselves is, what have I done in order to get myself to where I want to be? And you can write these down and I'll think about it really well and then write it down. What have I done to get to where I want to be? If you are wanting to save money, have you set up a plan? Have you set up a savings account? How are you going to do that? If you're wanting to communicate better with your partner, what have you done to do that? I know a lot of the times we feel really guilty about wanting things and then we're not doing anything about it, but ask yourself and be honest with the answer. What have I done to get to where I want to be? And if your answer is nothing or very little, that's fine. That's a great answer because then you know from this time on that there's specific things that you're going to have to do to get what you want. So answer the question, what have I done so far to get to where I want to be? And if your answer is nothing, that's absolutely great. So the third thing that you're going to have to do is you're going to have to invest a specific time frame to find out and to learn the steps that you're going to have to do to get what you want. So give yourself a week, give yourself 2 weeks, and this is just going to be research time. You're going to read as many blogs as you can. You're going to watch all the YouTube videos. You're going to follow all the Instagram accounts, the Facebook pages, and you're going to gather all the information that you need for you to get from point A to point B. So for example, if you're wanting to save money, you're going to find out which bank has the best interest rates and how you can open an account with them. And maybe the bank that you already are with has the best interest rates. So you can just give somebody a call or simply write an email and say, hey, I'm interested in finding out about your savings plans. How can I go around to jumping on board? If you wanted to communicate better with your partner, you're going to have to find out the different resources that are out there. And first of all, you're going to do things like learn a little more about your partner. What is their love language? What's your love language? What do they like? What do you like? What are your schedules like? When can you have this date night? What makes you guys laugh? Do you prefer to go for a walk or do you prefer to go for dinner? Gather all the information. Write it down if you have to. Keep it hidden from your partner. No, you don't have to. Just kidding. But find out what it is you're going to have to do to change and give yourself a time frame. No need to jump on immediately and start with the changes. You're going to have to do your research, find out everything that you need to know, see if it's possible for you, if you can afford to do these things, find out if what you can do for your budget, for where you are in your life right now, and then you can then know what it is that you need to do. And one important thing about finding out what you need to do from going to point A to point B is that it helps you find out exactly what you need to do and you are not putting effort in something that's not working. And maybe this is why you've been asking yourself the question, am I trying hard enough? Because you've been putting your effort into a system that doesn't work for you. You're putting in your effort into something that hasn't been proven to work, or it's not working because you're not comfortable with it. So stop putting your effort where you know that it's not working and redirect. You investing time in finding out what you can do will help you Pick the right strategies, the right formula that will work for you, and then you'll start seeing results. Then you'll stop asking yourself, am I trying hard enough? Because then you will be seeing the results that you want to see. Now that you've invested your time in the research, you've gathered all the information, you found out, this is exactly what I need to do, you're going to make a plan. Make a plan and give yourself a time frame. I am going to do A, B, C, D by this. This is the automated plan, automated or not. This is the plan that I'm going to put up so that I can get the results that I need. Do I have to download an app? Download the app. You're going to have to now set a plan and then execute it. Without the planning and the execution, you're going to be running around like a headless chicken. You need a plan and you need to execute. Now, especially for people that are looking to communicate better with their spouses or spice things up, in their love life. I know it feels like if you're planning something, then it's not romantic, right? Because this is what we've been taught to believe, that if it's going to be romantic, then it has to be spontaneous and we both have to be in the feeling. And that's amazing, trust me. But sometimes it doesn't work out like that. And the funny thing is, when you start to plan as a couple, saying, hey, you know what, we're going to, every Saturday, every Sunday, we're going to take a walk in the farmer's market. No stress. We're going to leave our phones at home. You start to look forward to this time, because then it's a sacred time for just the two of you. You talk, you share a coffee. It may be planned, but it's a good plan. So yes, it's nice if it's spontaneous, but sometimes some things have to be planned. So plan and then execute. Now this is a really, really important part. Everything else is important, but this is also important. If you have a plan, then it's easier for you to execute as opposed to just being confused and wondering if what you're doing is the right thing. Now there's one really important thing that I want you to remember, and I know I always say this is important, that's important, but this is important for your soul. The only person that you can be better than is the person that you were yesterday. Stop comparing your life to somebody else's. You can look at somebody's life and use it as inspiration, but don't make that make you feel down on yourself. Try and be better than the person that you were yesterday. If the person yesterday didn't eat as well as they should, or they didn't, respond nicely to their partner, or they spent too much money, today, be the person that does better. You can only be better than the person you were yesterday. And another really important thing, time is a luxury. The older that you get, the less time you have. Try and be as effective as you can be with the time that you've been given. Execute, be ready, plan, block your time, but remember that time is a luxury. So, be specific about what you want. Be honest about what you've done to get to where you want to be. And if that's not great, that's fine. You can always start again. Do some research into what changes you need to make a plan, and then execute. Remember that time is of the essence. Be effective in whatever time you've been given. And remember that changing your destination immediately sometimes doesn't happen, but at least you can change the direction that you're going to today. Don't lose hope. You are trying hard enough. Sometimes it's just time to try it a different way. Thank you so much for joining me. Looking forward to speaking to you in the next episode. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel, subscribe to the podcast, and share this episode with your friends who are needing a little kick up the butt. You are loved. Bye.